It's another delicious day here in the Let's Make Food from Food Kitchen, and today we're making a seafood stock because I want to make a lobster bisque coming up, which calls for a seafood stock. Well, you don't have to do it that way, but I want to. So I have some shells that I've saved. This is 4 cups of crab shells. Then over here I've got some lobster shells and some shrimp shells. You can use whatever combination you want. It doesn't have to be 8 cups. It could be 7. It could be 9. It's not going to be exact. All the shells are a different size. I'm just going to put them on my baking pan here. You can see some of them are still frozen, which is fine because they'll thaw really quickly in the oven. And I'm going to bake them for about 10 minutes to kind of get a little bit more of that flavor drawn out. So I'm going to stick these in the oven for about 10 minutes, and then I'm going to get my veggies set up that are going to go in the stock. Okay, so what I have here is the stock veggies and seasonings, herbs that I would like to use. I have a whole onion, and I am literally just going to put it right in the pot. I did trim it. Sorry, I should show you this. I did trim it and took most of the outer stuff off. You really do not need to chop it or peel it. It's not necessary. For the parsnip, I'm just going to take off the ends and stick it right in there. I have washed these really well. So the celery, I've rinsed. I'm going to cut them in half so they fit better. That's the only reason I'm cutting it. And for the carrots, I just nip off the ends because I don't want any dirt in there. And the tops as well, I'll take those off, and then I will cut those in half so they fit in my pot better. But that's the only reason I'm cutting them up. Next, I have a large thick sprig of rosemary. If you have smaller ones, just use 2. There's probably, I don't know, 8 to 10 smaller sprigs of thyme going right in the pot. Then I have 2 dried bay leaves going right on in there. And then there's maybe half a teaspoon of some peppercorns done. I have 8 cups of water, which will not be enough, but that's what I'm starting with. Okay, so I'm going to put those in, and then I'll fill them back up. Okay. And now we're just waiting for a few more minutes for our shells to be done, and then we're going to start this boiling. It's really simple to put this together, and you can make a large batch if you've got a whole bunch of shells, and then you can can it so you have a long-lasting supply. Okay, I have 8 more cups of water. I'm going to go ahead and fill these back up, but I'm not going to put them in until I put in the shells to see how much room I have. Okay, the 10 minutes are up, and so I just want to get all of these into my pot. So I'm just going to pick up the whole paper, and in it goes. Okay. And then I'm going to pour a little more water on here. I don't want it to the very top because it will foam some, and we don't want it to overflow, but I do want it to be pretty close, because I want to get as much stock as I can out of this. So that's probably good. It's pretty close. You can see how close I am to the top. Now, I want to bring this to a boil and then turn it down to a gentle simmer. So you're going to see the bubbling, and you're going to do that for about an hour. Try not to stir it up. If you stir it up, it kind of makes it muddly and things, but you are going to come by and skim off the top once in a while. After about an hour, you should see that some of it has reduced down. Turn it off, let it cool. You can use it right away. Store what you are going to save. Either freeze it, you can can it, however you want to go about that. Okay, now we're going to turn it on high and let it go for an hour. Don't forget, you're going to come by and skim it. Don't stir it too much. Just let it go and reduce down. Keep an eye on it. After it's boiled, turn it down to that simmer. Okay, I don't know if you can see from here, the level has gone down, probably about that much on my stock. And what I want to do right now, I have a couple of different bowls and some bags here, and I'm going to try and fish out just the vegetables. And I'm doing that for my mom because she does composting. And with our big family of 5, we go through a lot more food than she does. So when I make big recipes like this, it really helps her compost. And on occasion, I even remember to save it for her. So I'm going to take this bag and put the compost material in there for her, which does not include the shells. So I just need to make sure that I don't get shells in there. Okay, next I've got this bag, and the only reason I'm using this bag is to kind of tie it off in my trash so it doesn't stink so much. And I just want to start scooping some of this out. I could just pour it, but it's usually kind of messy, so I want to get some of it out and into the bag, and then I'll dump it from there. So I'll let this drain for a moment. Now, if you don't have a fine mesh sieve, that's okay. Use a colander and then kind of go through your broth and look and see if there's any bits that you can fish out after that. Because you'll get things like this. This is rosemary, and there's a thyme leaf in there, and sometimes you'll get a little bit of seafood shells. You don't want to like choke on those or anything. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and try and pour some in here carefully. Gonna fill my whole bowl up, isn't it? And that's okay. So I'm gonna lift this and see, this is what the sieve is getting out. Peppercorns and things like that. So I'm gonna be making my lobster bisque, and I need 2 cups of my broth. I'm gonna go ahead and get that set aside right now, so that it's, number 1, out of my way from the bowl, and number 2, already measured and dealt with. So there's that. Look at this beautiful color that's in here. Some of that's the carrot, some of it's the parsnips. It smells really good. Now, you would think that this would have a very, very strong seafood smell. It doesn't. It has a seafood smell for sure, but it's not offensively so. I can also smell the onion and the parsnip. If you haven't cooked with parsnips, particularly things like broth, I encourage you to try it. It gives a wonderful flavor addition that I never believed would be possible until I started using it. And I'm just like, wow, where has this been all of my life? And I understood that some of the things I had been eating other places, I couldn't figure out where the flavor was coming from. It was the parsnips. So give it a try if you haven't. Really, just start with 1 in a broth. Okay, so this looks really good. Nice and clear, beautiful. This is done. I can clean this up. My broth is ready to go. I'm gonna let this cool completely. Then I am going to jar it up and freeze it. One of the other things you can do while it's still hot, you can can this broth, preserve it in jars. That is definitely an option. So however you want to go about preserving whatever is left, if in fact there's any left that you're not using right away. Thanks for joining me here today in the Let's Make Food from Food Kitchen for another kitchen adventure. From my kitchen to yours, let's make food from food.
That's one bowl.